Hi HCGers, it's HCG Berry Babe. I know Halloween's coming. Do you think you're seeing a ghost? Been a long time since I've vlogged and been kind of puddling around, so I thought I'd better check in. I have not been doing a very good job of keeping in touch with the community. I apologize for that. Life is just getting in the way, and maybe not in the best way. As you may know, I had my second leg surgery on 8/29, and that morning I weighed in at surgery at 158, and 155, it was 155 when I had the first leg done, so I was satisfied with 158 because I still am and was holding fluid in the right leg, so I figured I had at least 3 pounds of fluid. I had gone back on to the HCG pellets, but stopped again on the day of surgery, and by the 18th I was up to 172.6. Now, I was very, very, very swollen in my lower half. I had major cankles going on, which you usually can see the cords that run down the top of my legs. I haven't measured since the fluids receded to a large extent, but I did get my husband to take a measurement at the highest point, and I was at 10 1/4, which is a lot for my ankles. So I decided, I can lose it and I can gain it, but I can't maintain it, and I had not gone into a P3 when I stopped the pellets. So on 9/27, 2 days before that I started the pellets, did 2 quote-unquote loading days, and on what was supposed to be VLCD1, I was at 174.6. I say was supposed to be VLCD1 because I've not made one single day that I could count as a very low-calorie diet day, but I have continued to do the pellets. So today is 18 on the pellets and not doing VLCDs, but every day waking up hoping that today will be the day that I'll get back on track, that something will click. This morning I was at 168.6, which is down about 6 pounds. So I can attribute that to all fluid in my lower half, and have not checked my fat count, but I'm sure I'm up. At this point, I would love to be 158 in the morning again, and so I'm looking at taking off the last 10 pounds again. Where my dilemma is coming in is that I'm having incredible fatigue. I've talked about this before, and many things come into this. I retired from teaching, and before that had retired from the state, but finally officially retired, but do need to find employment. But with some health issues, that's going to be tricky, and given my age, that's going to be tricky, and I can substitute teach, but that's hell on wheels. I am trying to get clarification on what I can do for the state of Michigan, but they have real strict rules that if you're working for a private agency that's contracting with that agency, then you have to give up your retirement for that period of time. So I'm having a real hard time getting clarification. About a week after surgery, when I was thinking about the fatigue, it occurred to me that perhaps I should try my CPAP again. For those of you that don't know, it's a breathing machine that you put over your nose at night, and it positive airflow to help you breathe. And I was having real trouble with the air coming into my mouth and my lips flippering like a horse at night. And so my husband had an old chin strap, so now when I go to bed I have to put the chin strap on and then put the CPAP on. Initially I got some relief and felt like I was finally getting some rest, but slowly the fatigue has come back. It never really totally left, but I was feeling a little bit more chipper and getting some things done. And it has occurred to me that perhaps it's the HCG that is causing my fatigue. when I was recovering from surgery and was laying around all day, it really didn't matter if I was really tired, but now that I need to be up and moving around and getting things done, it's really not okay. So I sit at the dilemma on day 18 whether to take it to day 23 and try to transition off, or just bite the bullet and be tired and get off as much as I can. Only I'm still having trouble not eating off plan, even my modified plan. So I did go to my bariatric support group tonight, and the nurse there has started an 11-session rational, mindful eating type of thing. And tonight, one of the all the things that we talk about, the mindful eating and the only eating to hunger and the stopping when you're satisfied, and not doing deprivation and all of those things. So, of course, the bariatric nurse thinks that all that you need to do is eat your protein and your vegetables and exercise, and you'll take the weight off, which is probably true. But I know that anything I lose outside of the HCG, I'm going to fight to put back on. And I put it on so easily. So I sit here today telling you, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a clue. I went ahead and did my second dose of pellets, and I'll do my third dose of pellets, and I'll decide in the morning. Today was a more sane day, closer to VLCD MOP. The last couple days have been a little better, but I still am not seeing the kind of restrictive eating that I need to be doing in order to lose. If I were to really focus and get on it, I would probably be able to take off those 10 pounds, but I have a feeling it's kind of like, what is it, that circle in hell? You know you're in hell because you do the same thing over and over again. Put on the last 10 pounds, I take off the last 10 pounds. I have a feeling that that may be what my future holds, and I don't want to do it. I'm so tired. I think my body is tired. I've been pregnant for over 2 years with only like little 3-week breaks in between, and that's what I do. When I'm on it, I tend to do okay, and then when I get off, I gain. Since I found you guys on YouTube and on Facebook, I've made the HCG work, so that's only been since earlier in this calendar year. Prior to that, I had a lot of days where I was doing HCG and just eating and gaining. So I'm hearing my family moving around. It's distracting me. So I should vlog more often. I hardly ever get up and get dressed most days to do that, and I know some of you can do it in your jammies. You notice the air conditioner's gone, so fall is coming, winter's coming. I'm digging out the clothes. This blouse I had deemed too big and had banished it to the basement, and even though I love it and I was glad I had it hanging there, I wish I didn't feel like I had to. I don't think I've put on so much that I look a whole lot different to people tonight. People were still complimenting me, but boy, that 10 pounds, I feel it, and I don't feel sleek. I'm full of food, and when you're doing P2, you're not full of food. You're empty, and I like that empty feeling on the one hand. I've had some trouble with some stomach issues and some nausea, and so I don't know what's with that. You know, I've had bariatric surgery where I don't use my stomach. I go through a pouch right into my intestines. And so I do know that I have some issues, and I have a hiatal hernia and things like that. So I don't know if some of the time that I'm trying to eat, it's to try and quiet those things. I don't know. I have a lot of medical issues. My last labs came back, and while they were not definitive for any need for iron infusion or thyroid, there was an indication that there was something going on with my kidneys. I have not been drinking my water lately. I had been drinking my water prior to, so that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not doing very well. I'm not filling up on the water. So just a lot to think about, and I'm way behind on vlogs. I've not been on Facebook very much. It just seems like that's hard for me to do right now, and perhaps that's what I need to do, is get back heavier into the community, because when I am, I pay more attention to what I'm eating and how I'm running my program. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry. I'm hoping that a lot of you haven't unsubscribed because you haven't seen me, but I hope to keep in touch. Bye.